Hi, I'm Shrishti Singh. My register number is UR14CS232. Today we are going to see our sixth experiment of our database lab, which is creating a view, sequence and index. Over here again we are not creating any tables since the table were already created in the first experiment and the values were inserted in the third experiment. We are just it is a continuation in which we are creating view. Actually, what is a view? A view is a virtual table that contains rows and columns, and it is just like a real table. Our first question is create a view V1 to display the customer name, order ID and quantity. The query is create or replace view V1 027. Over here I have used 027 as my specific view, because if I write V1 again V2, the V1 will be overwritten as select customer name, order ID, order quantity from customer order quantity. The view is created, and when we give select star from V1, I'm so sorry, one second. And when we give select star from V1, our view name, the details, that is the output or the table, will be displayed over here. Our question number 2 is create a view to display the order ID, order date and date of delivery. Create or replace view V2 as select order ID, order date, supply date from order supplies. The view is created and the view will be as follows. Our question number 3 is create a view with customer, order ID and order date from V1 and V2. Considering the two views that we have created before, we have to create a third view. In third view, we cannot generally randomly create the view directly. We have to consider it from V1 and V2. The query is create or replace view V3 027 as select. V1, from V1 we are taking customer name from an order ID. From V2 we are taking order date. So it will be displayed as together as view 3. You can see in the output customer name, order ID and order date. Our next question is insert a row into the above view. Is the view updatable? If yes, is the updation reflected in the base table? Now over here we cannot do it directly, so we are using materialized view. Create materialized view S1. It is our view name, our code for update as select from customer. When it is done, the statement is processed. Now after it is processed, we'll insert the value. Now once we insert the value, we'll get the output as follows. Our next question is delete a row from the above view and state what happens to the other views from which is created. Now delete from sample 1 and we'll give the customer 5 which was created and it will be deleted. Question number 6 is create a bitmap index on the gender field of the supplier table. Now what is our index? Index allows a database application to find the data fast without reading the whole table. User cannot see the indexes. They are just used to speed up the searches. Now the query is create index gender IDX on suppliers. The index will be created. Our next question is create a B-tree index on the quantity attribute of the order line table and evaluate the performances. The query is create index IND on order quantity, that is my table name, and on what row it is applied, that is the ordered quantity. The index will be created. Our next question is create a sequence in the order ID of the order table. Now what is a sequence? A sequence is used to automatically generate a primary key value. The query will be as follows. Create sequence ID order sequence, increment by 1, start with 100, maximum value will be 200. There should be no cycle and no cache. The sequence will be created. This is the end of my 6th experiment. Thank you.